Hey there. What if you could make one decision in your life that would change everything? What if this one decision that you made could dramatically improve your quality of life? And what if this one decision that you made would help you feel much more confident in life, make you feel more loved, help you avoid pitfalls in life? Well, marriage is that one decision that can provide all these benefits and actually more to you in life. Some of the things that I wish I knew about marriage, and this is just me speaking from the male perspective. I can't really speak about the women's perspective as much. But one of the things I wish I knew about marriage is that God made marriage for our benefit, both men and women. A lot when I was younger in my 20s, I used to think to myself, well, I see how marriage benefits the woman, okay? Because then the woman has somebody who's going to provide security for her. That makes sense. I understand that. But other than sex, I don't really see how marriage provides a lot of benefit to men. But boy, was I wrong. I had no idea what I was thinking at that time because I was only observing it from the outside. I wasn't observing it from the inside. And one of the things that I've learned is that men, even though men do need sex, they need a lot more than just sex. Every man needs to feel encouraged. And let's face it, most men are not very good encouragers. Women generally are a lot better at encouraging other people than men are. Women can sense what needs to be said at just the right moment. This is something that a lot of men have to sort of falter at before they can get a little bit better at. And women have a tremendous ability to build confidence in men. Maybe they don't even know they have this ability, but they genuinely do. The Apostle John writes in his first letter, he says, "True love casts out fear, and love creates courage in a man, tremendous courage." To to put it into perspective, if it's just you, okay, and you're trying to succeed at something, maybe you're just trying to get this job interview, okay? I'm trying to get this job interview. But, I don't have to have a lot of money to just provide for me and myself and I. I just need enough to get by. So maybe I won't pursue the best job that is a good fit for my abilities. Maybe I'll just do something a little bit easier and sort of float by. Well, when you're loving somebody, you don't want to give the person who you love the least amount of effort possible. You want to give them your best, and that means that you're going to need to provide for them, and that means taking greater risks and pursuing jobs you wouldn't normally pursue. If there's somebody that you love who gets sick, you will go out of your way to make that person better. Whereas if it's just you, maybe you wouldn't take those risks. And that sort of leads to my next point, which is um, that you get to be a hero through marriage. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of men, especially, don't realize that marriage makes men into heroes. When when you're trying to provide for the woman that you love, you will go out and take those risks. You will be courageous. You will bolster her confidence. And you'll do all these wonderful things. Um, People talk about the old fairy tales where the man goes out and slays the dragon. You will slay dragons. Maybe they won't be literal physical dragons, but they will be obstacles. You'll push past obstacles that you wouldn't otherwise push past. And let's be real here, okay? A lot of men like to tote around the idea, well, I don't need love. I just need, the woman to, respect me. And men do need to be respected. But men need love too. Women are not the only ones who need love. Men need love too. And when you've got somebody in your life who you know has your back and who loves you unconditionally, that is powerful. That is incredibly powerful because now you feel freer. You feel more able to take risks that you wouldn't otherwise take, risks that are legitimate, good risks to take, not the risks that are ridiculous, but legitimate, good risks that you wouldn't otherwise take. It frees you up because you know that if you fail at everything in life, you've got somebody to come home to. You've got somebody who's still going to be there, who's got your back. You know that even if you fell and you got injured or sick, there's somebody who would go out of their way to make sure that you were nurtured and brought back to health. And another thing to keep in mind is women often see things that men do not see. I like to use an eye analogy, okay? You've got a right eye and a left eye. Have you ever wondered why you got two eyes instead of one? Okay. Well, if I look at the world through just my right eye, everything looks a little to my right. If I look at the world just through my left eye, everything looks a little bit to the left. But more than that, um, each individual eye only sees the world as flat, as a flat two-dimensional thing. So even though I can see left and right, up and down, I can't see depth. And it is the two eyes working together that gives you the depth that you need. Um, One of the things that women see that men do not, at least not at first, is that women have a strong social awareness. They have a tendency to see what other people are feeling, And a lot of times men don't recognize what other people are feeling. In fact, a lot of times men don't even recognize what we ourselves are feeling. But a woman will help men see those things. And that explains a lot in terms of the success in life. And so I just want to encourage you. If you're on the fence on should I get married, should I not get married, is marriage actually beneficial to men? I can tell you from firsthand experience, men is, I mean, yeah, marriage is definitely beneficial to men. It was especially beneficial to me and to pretty much most of the people that I've come across, as long as they haven't let their marriage grow stale, as long as they nurtured and protected their marriage, nurtured and protect their woman, then yeah, marriage is so much better. And it really is a gift from God.